Enjoy the ride with Crystal Petrie Consulting.
Hello, my name is Crystal Petrie, and you are watching the Crystal Petrie Consulting Network. Before we get into this movie review, I just want to bring notice to my opening theme song, to my opening clip. Got your girl out here feeling like Oprah Jr. And yes, I am still feeling like Oprah Jr. with my theme song and my opening clip. I am here for it. I'm here for my theme song and I'm here for my opening clip. But let's get into this movie review. I'm sure one or two of you have heard about the Netflix hit Red Notice. Now, Red Notice is the highest streamed movie in Netflix history. Yes, you heard me correctly. With 329 million hours, Netflix #1 streamed movie is Red Notice. And why wouldn't it be? It has some absolute superstars in this movie. We're talking about Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. That's a little tongue twister. Ryan Reynolds and Gal Gadot. Absolute Hollywood superstars. Now, when I do movie reviews, I do not do spoilers because I want you to go and watch the movie. I am not going to spoil it for you, whether you decide to watch it or not. No spoilers here, but this movie was a good movie. I'm going to say it was a good movie. I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. It was a good movie. So if you have nothing else to do on a Sunday night, like your girl, then I would suggest you turn on Red Notice. Now, the movie does a lot of moving around, from Rome to Argentina to Russia to London. They are all over the place in this movie. Now, this movie has big explosions, just like Hollywood, fancy cars, just like Hollywood, even fancier houses, just like Hollywood, and a whole lot of money, just like Hollywood. The basis of the story is all three of these people that I named, The Rock, Ryan Reynolds, and Gal Gadot, are all looking for an egg that belonged to the beautiful Cleopatra. And they're trying to find this egg, and it's kind of the first person that gets to the egg gets to keep the egg and the money that goes along with the egg. Again, I'm not giving spoilers, just giving you a little bit of what this movie is about. Now, in typical Ryan Reynolds fashion, he is funny in this movie. You wouldn't think it, but he is. He is funny in this movie, and he takes a lot of shots at The Rock. Does he still go by The Rock? Because I still know him as The Rock. Anyways, Ryan Reynolds takes a lot of shots at The Rock. He also takes a lot of shots at Gal Gadot. It's funny. Funny. I am a fan of Ryan Reynolds. Let me just put that out there. I'm a fan of his because he is funny. He is like the corny funny, but funny. Also, to my surprise, and maybe to yours too, there are a lot of daddy issues all up and through this movie. And the shocker is, it's not the women that have the daddy issues. It is the men that have the daddy issues in this movie. And they talk a lot about how their fathers treated them as children, led directly to who they became as adults. And even though this is in a Hollywood movie and this is made up, that part I believe is absolutely true in the lives of people walking the earth today. How did your father treat you as a child? A lot of times links directly to who you become once you become an adult. And they really talked about that in this movie. They talked about it in a funny way, but with seriousness. So that was good, and that was something unexpected. There is a major twist at the end of this movie. Again, no spoilers here, but you have to watch it to the very end. Do not fast forward through it. Do not skip through it. There are some great movie lines in this movie, and there is a serious twist at the very end of this movie. Something that I did not expect, even with the typical Hollywood money, the typical Hollywood explosions, the typical Hollywood fight scenes. Everything seemed to be really typical Hollywood. But this twist at the end was not typical Hollywood. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson played an FBI profiler, and he did amazing. Ryan Reynolds and Gal Gadot were thieves, competing to be who was the best thief in the world. Could you imagine? We're going to compete and see who's the best thief in the world. So that was a storyline in the movie also. Oh my goodness. There were some Indiana Jones themes in this movie. I was here for it because I love Indiana Jones. I'm a huge fan. I'm sure most of you are. So this movie gave me some Indiana Jones vibes towards the end. Whenever you watch this movie, let me know what you think about the Indiana Jones vibes in this movie. And last but not least, one of my favorite singers in the whole world, Ed Sheeran, made an appearance in this movie. I mean, they just brought out the big guns with this movie. They brought out the big guns with this Red Notice movie. Ed Sheeran, he was on there singing and playing the guitar, and I was just like, I did not see that coming. Ed Sheeran, y'all. I loved it. And I'm going to tell you, Ed Sheeran got arrested. I'm not going to tell you why he got arrested, but just know that Ed Sheeran gets arrested in the Red Notice. Not Ed Sheeran, y'all. Not Ed Sheeran. But I love him, and we get to hear him sing in this movie, so that is an added bonus. Anytime, anywhere we can hear Mr. Ed Sheeran himself sing, that's a bonus. That's like the cherry on top, right? Now, I am going to tell you the meaning of Red Notice because it's an actual thing. It's an actual meaning, and I'm going to tell that to you because throughout the movie you'll need to know that information, and it really brings the movie together. So the definition of Red Notice is it's the highest level of arrest warrant issued by the International Criminal Police Organization, or Interpol. It's reserved for the world's most wanted criminals. Now, before this movie, I had never heard of Red Notice. Maybe you have, maybe you haven't, but now you've been educated on what Red Notice is. Now, there is also some bromance going on in this movie, and I just love it. I love how it progresses throughout the movie. I'll say that. I love how the bromance in this movie progresses. Again, watch the movie. It's a good movie. If you have nothing to do on a Saturday night or a Monday night or a Tuesday night, check out Red Notice on Netflix. It is the most streamed movie in all of Netflix history with 329 million hours. That's a lot of people that watch that movie. And if you are one of them, I want to hear, what did you think about Red Notice? Who is your favorite character? what part of this movie was your favorite? Or maybe what part wasn't your favorite? Anyway, I want to hear what you think about Red Notice. Drop them in the comments and I promise I'll respond to you. Thank you so much for sticking with me during this movie review. Stay social with me. Comment down below, give me a thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel for more movie reviews.
Come on, let's go on a journey. Sit back, buckle up, enjoy the ride with Crystal Petrie Console.